Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet. We're back here for our FM24 main save, which is with Wisla Krakow. We have, in the first 5 seasons, done quite well. We got Wisla Krakow promoted to the top division, and we've been trying to win the league as the kind of end point of this series. This season is going awesomely, and we find ourselves in European competition. And we're going to be playing in that in this episode, but we're also doing incredibly well in the league. Let's go and see how things are going on. Right, folks, so we're playing in our final Conference League game. It'll be against Sherriff Tiraspol. There is something riding on this, because if we win this, we guarantee ourselves to be in that top 8. So we miss out on the first round matches. We'll be straight into the second round knockout phases, which would be pretty damn awesome. In the league, things have gone particularly well since we were last together. That amazing 3-0 victory over Legia. We have played well in the cups and also in the league. Let's have a little lowdown on firstly how things went in the league. To be fair, we were playing some of the lower division or the lower clubs in this division. Started out away at Tichy. We took our time getting the first goal, but we won 5-0. Ardenaz, Jose Maria with a brace, Key and Poeta. We then beat Odra Opale. This was a weird one. We had the same thing happen where the goalkeeper, who was on the bench, randomly got promoted into the starting lineup, and John Jules was kind of thrown out of the lineup, which is a little frustrating. But anyway, as you can see here, we eventually, after going 2-0 down after 4 minutes, we won it 6-3. Delgado with 4 goals, Ted Arze and Hector Rubio. Yes, Delgado scoring some goals. Away at Zaglaby, Delgado got the only goal of the game. This was really good. It was a much closer affair. Pleased to get the win. Home against Gornik, this was a 6-0 victory. Delgado with 1 goal, but John Jules with a couple, as well as Rufo, Click and Polman getting the rest of them. The last game against Brookbeck Temelica, this was a fun game. We were ahead, we were behind, and we were in all sorts of places in this game. I think a 3-3 draw is probably fair. Click, Ardenaz and Delgado with the goals. Obviously, I'd have liked to take the victory, but we just didn't quite get there. In the UEFA Conference League, as you can see, things are going very well. Also, we beat Trabzonspor. You saw that one 5-1. Actually, you saw that's the game you came back for. You didn't see the Legia game. CSK Sofia, we beat them 3-1. That was John Jules, Ardenaz and Krzyzanowski. And in the last game we played in the Conference League, we drew 1-1 against Weibel. This was frustrating. An early goal, but Ardenaz got himself sent off a little bit later on. And it means that we are still in a really good position in this league. Yes, we've definitely qualified for the next stages, but we are in that zone where it could go a little bit wrong if we don't quite get it right. So today we are on 11 points and we're trying to make sure that we get a victory to push into that top 8 and we don't have to play an extra match that we don't need to. So that's where we are in there, and we also got through to the next round in the Polish Cup against Zaglaby 2. 4-1 victory here. We tried to rotate a little bit. Ardenaz, Javi, Rubio and Waxarek, Aussie as we called him. So we're playing Sherriff Tiraspol today, who are not doing particularly well in the league. As you can see, they have not won a game. They've drawn 2, lost 3. So a bit of a challenge there. Good 2-2 draw with Hammarby though is the only sort of positive I'd say out of all of that. And then we go into the winter break. Problem we have at the minute, and the reason I think we're struggling just a little bit more than we were earlier on, is that we are really struggling with keeping people fit. We are pretty much out of players. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure, the rest of our under-21s and our under-19s are all on holiday. I can't call them back to bring into the squad. So this is all we've got. This is all the players we've got. And unfortunately, we've got 4 of them out injured or suspended or not registered. Jose Maria is not registered. And then we have another bunch of them who are feeling a little bit, unfit. The likes of Click is struggling. We need a little bit of a break. I need to go into the transfer market and perhaps bring in 1 or 2 players if we can, just to freshen this up, I think, for the run-in. So let me know how you think we're going to do. I think in the league we are currently sitting in, we're top, but we are 6 points now ahead of Vidzev, which is huge for us. We are 8 points ahead of Legia, 8 points ahead of Lech as well. So we're in a really, really good position at this stage, and we want to make sure we stay there. And we want to make sure we win the league this time round. And that will be the end point of the save. I would love it if we do that. I'm not saying we will, but if we do that, do we play on one more season to play in the Champions League? Let me know in the comments. Right, in we get. This is going to be an interesting one. We should have enough to win this, but given the amount of players we have and the amount of them who are struggling a little bit physically, it's going to be interesting to see how we do. So Delgado and John Jules up top. Carlos on the left, Rubio on the right, Click and Poeta in the centre. Krasnowski, Bednarak, Ruiz and Rufo across the back line, Bobak in goal. And you can see here on the bench, we've got the likes of Tedaraze and Polman as players who can certainly come on and make a difference. I'm struggling to see too many players beyond that. Maybe Ozzy, maybe Josh Key, but both of those are struggling for form. And that is all the players that we have available to us. So let's see how things go. We've got 8 substitutes. It's a decent amount, obviously. But, it's not as many as we would like to be able to call upon. Right, here we go. Right, chance maybe. Rubio pops it in. It's in. Rufo, lovely little near post header. He normally goes and heads it into the near post bullet header, but he just let that sort of come across him and just flicked it into the far corner. It was a lovely little header. Goalkeeper should have absolutely stopped that. So we are 1-0 up. We go to 4th in the table. Right. Well, Tiraspol are coming forward. It's a lovely ball inside. And it hit the post. It was a lovely bit of skill there. So they've definitely they're showing us they're not going to be pushovers here. Austria Vienna are 6-0 up after 27 minutes. Ridiculous. Oh, here's Click into Rubio. Not dominating it by any means, but all off the bar. So a couple off the bar, 1 for each side. So it's probably about right in terms of scoreline. But he's definitely growing into the game. Bednarak, not being the player I thought he was going to be, I'll be honest. I thought he was going to probably make one of the centre-back positions his own, but he's been more of a backup, if we're being honest. Carlos, back to Bednarak. Into Poeta. Through ball, maybe? No. Rufo chips it in. Click, I thought was going to get onto that, but here's Carlos. Ball in to Delgado, and Delgado's headers straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. So we're 1-0 up, half-time. Definitely deserve to be in that position. They've hardly had anything going for them. You feel, unless we make a complete pig's ear of this, we should score more goals in the second half. Well, Tedaraze and Polman are coming on, and Delgado fires in. I'm not sure if they've actually come on yet. No, they have. I see them there. But Delgado, lovely little header at the far post. And was that another Rufo flick on? It was. So he has been so important today at that near post. Both goals from corners. Right, ball out wide. Here's into Carlos. This has to be it. Ball in. And Tedaraze, he might not be here for much longer, but he gets himself a goal as well. 3-0 to Wisla Krakow. And I said there'll be goals, playing really nicely. 5th in the league currently. We did need to get the victory looking at it, because 12 points, which is Karabag, are just outside of the top 8. Right, ball is into Bednarak. We've got Key on. We've also got Jaskaleski, the right midfielder, on. Lovely ball through. And it's Tedaraze. That might be offside, in all honesty. Playing some good football, though. It's a tired looking Delgado. So we're going to make some changes there as well. Delgado's coming off and Oxo comes on, the player who's never really made quite what he should be, I don't think. Here we go. The ball is out here to Kolar. So can he make something of this? Well, it goes back to the young Pole Jaskaleski. He's waiting for Key on the round the outside. Key does well. Is Jaskaleski. Good interplay there. What's happened? I didn't even see where the ball went. I think Key had a shot, but nowhere near. 4-0 up though. Looking very, very strong. Maybe a chance here for them in the end. Hatman trying to get the ball back, and we've managed to there. Click. Here we go. Jaskaleski. Oh, nicely done. Oh, the goal. The striker just came back out from an offside position. Here's Click. Lovely ball through. Oxo. Oh, there was the chance. He could have scored a goal. There we go. We have completed the first half of the season and we absolutely dominated Sherriff Tiraspol. So, yeah, we qualify for the next round. Well, not just the next round, in 2 rounds' time. I don't know if you get some money for that. Being in that top 8. We get £428,000 for the win. And extra £130,000 for just being great. And you can see, actually, financially, this European little journey is doing wondrous things for us. You can see we're sitting here on a... I mean, we've got £1 million in the bank. We could ask for some more money, actually. I might do that. Let's see what they say. Let's see, increased transfer budget, because we've got so much money in the bank. Let's see what they come back with on that. Right here, just before we get to that, you can see here we have one player of any quality coming through our youth team. So it looks like a defensive midfielder next year might be of interest. There's a lot of people out to try and buy in Tederaze. I don't know. Maybe I should have done more with him. Maybe I should. Right, let's just see what happens here. See if we get a response from the board. Oh, this is good. Wow. We have been given a sizable transfer budget increase from 1.3 million to 4.3 million. That is massive for us. The other thing is Rubio's been playing a lot now, so he's happy with his position in the side. He doesn't want to be transfer listed anymore. So really pleased with that. He's certainly made a difference now. We've got him in the side. So that is good. So all in all, I think things are looking pretty darn good. So we're going to go through January. We've obviously got some thinking to do about what do we do to the squad. Who do we let go, if anybody? Who do we bring in, if anybody? I think we probably have to look at bringing in somebody. But we will see. We'll see. Perhaps a striker, perhaps someone on the right side to give us a little bit more out there, just in case Alvarez decides he's going to go. That's the big worry I have, because he is, or Adanez, he's a brilliantly important player for us, but he's playing kind of out of position, and that's a bit of a problem for us, because if he gets recalled, if we don't have a transfer window, we're just going to find it so hard to deal with his missed or fill back. We're going to find it so hard to find some way of getting those assists and goals that Ardenaz brings to the side. Anyway, folks, we're going to come back after the winter break, probably somewhere in here, maybe for the Wisla Krakow game away from home, or no, we won't do that. Or let's do that end of Feb. We'll see where we are at the end of February. We've got a conference. Oh, we've got that as well. I don't know when we'll come back. Yeah, this hasn't been drawn yet, so we'll see how that goes. As you can see, I'm not sure whether we'll be seeded in that or not, but it's going to be drawn well, a lot closer to the game being played. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see you at the end of February. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.